Fans of RHONJ are dissatisfied with Melissa Gorga's lack of a plot this season. Joe Gorga is elaborating on his satisfaction that Melissa lacks one. Fans criticized Melissa Gorga of The Real Housewives of New Jersey for not having a season 12 storyline, but Joe Gorga shot back by claiming he's delighted she doesn't. Teresa Giudice and Melissa already had a difficult relationship going into RHONJ Season 3. At Melissa and Joe's son's christening, Teresa and Joe's long-standing disagreements, which had never been resolved, came to a head. A fight broke out during the party when Teresa arrived to welcome Melissa and Joe. Fans watched Teresa and Melissa fight over the course of several seasons of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Sometimes the arguments were over trivial things, like when Teresa thought it quite offensive when Melissa brought over sprinkle cookies. Other times, the arguments were more heated, particularly after Melissa learned that Teresa had been disparaging her as a stripper and gold digger in public. Teresa and Joe's relationship, which was already tense, became strained as a result of Teresa's problems with Melissa. Teresa was being very cruel, and Melissa begged her to stop, but the conflict ended with Joe from RHONJ fighting physically with Teresa's ex-husband Joe Giudice. Over time, Melissa and Teresa's relationship seemed to have gotten better. Due to Melissa's efforts to avoid poking the bear, the two sisters-in-law get along rather well. Fans have criticized Melissa for not contributing much to RHONJ outside of her conflict with Teresa, and for having fewer substantial storylines than the other housewives. On Side Piece with Melissa Pfeister, Joe recently defended Melissa's place on RHONJ, saying, "People claim Melissa doesn't have a storyline. Thank God there is no plot to our narrative. This program must feature drama, issues, cheating, and incarceration. That's not what we want, and I would much rather not have a plot." Joe from RHONJ appeared to be making fun of his sister Teresa, who notoriously spent almost a year in jail for fraud, by making a reference to prison. He was plainly referring to Bill, the spouse of RHONJ star Jennifer Aydin. He was exposed for having an affair 10 years ago on the opening episode of Season 12. After that, Joe continued, "Why can't we be normal? People want to see that, don't they? How to properly nurture your children, how to love one another, and how a husband and wife should respect one another. That's lovely and difficult to see these days. That is our narrative arc." Melissa has addressed her alleged lack of plot as well. She asserted that although RHONJ fans desire drama and villains, she is only attempting to present a normal life. Season 11 of RHONJ's Melissa and Joe was difficult because of their marital issues, which they battled through. Joe only wanted Melissa to be the typical housewife and mother, but Melissa wanted to broaden her horizons by concentrating on developing her business and brand. Fans initially witnessed Melissa and Joe fighting on TV, and many pondered whether this signaled the beginning of their breakup. Fortunately, the Gorgas were able to resolve the issue. On The Real Housewives of New Jersey, where their plot is featured, they appear to be happy together.